people have been very curious as to who the Democrats plan to run in 2020. Hillary failed miserably in 2016, Bernie's still a bit too radical, and Biden is getting pretty old. And it doesn't seem like there are any other Democratic politicians who could really step up and challenge Trump. This is probably why so many left-wing celebrities, including The Rock and Mark Zuckerberg, have been floated as possible candidates in the next presidential election. But recent events might indicate that perhaps a more electable challenger has appeared. On Sunday, Oprah Winfrey gave a speech at the Golden Globes.
No thanks, you
She talked about Me Too and made sure to point out that she's the first black woman to win the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Her speech sounds like it could have been written by a college undergraduate majoring in women's studies. Check it out.
For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up.
Really inspiring, isn't it? And Oprah is, by no means, the only woman calling for more females in politics. Earlier on Sunday, the official Democrats' Twitter account posted a tweet that called for the election of more women, specifically minority women. White women, unsurprisingly, were not included on the list. Amusingly, though, Jewish women were included twice on the list, which really raises some questions. But hearing Oprah talk about the Me Too phenomenon is quite interesting, given her closeness with Harvey Weinstein. According to many sources, most people in Hollywood knew what Weinstein was up to, but simply chose to ignore it. In fact, one aspiring actress even claimed that Oprah practically handed her over to Harvey Weinstein to be used for his pleasure. While the prospect of having Oprah Winfrey running the most powerful country in the world might seem a bit outlandish, I think it's definitely within the realm of possibility given how polarized American politics have become. At this point, people are going to vote for whichever charismatic figure gives the most lip service to their tribal grievances. So aside from supporting female empowerment, what are Oprah's actual political views? Well, it should come as a surprise to no one that Oprah is a strong supporter of progressive liberal ideals. In the past, Oprah has voiced support for amnesty, stricter gun control, gay marriage, and, of course, anti-racism. In fact, in a 2013 interview, Oprah stated that older generations of white people just need to die off to get rid of racism.
There are still generations of people, older people, who were born and bred and marinated in that prejudice and racism, and they just have to die.
But in light of the rise of the alt-right, I wonder if Oprah is now thinking that perhaps those old white baby boomers weren't so bad. And it's worth remembering that what Oprah refers to as racism is simply people of European heritage wanting to have a sense of identity, in-group preference, and supermajorities in their homelands. Virtually all non-white people on the planet enjoy these things, as they should, so it's only white people who are denied them. Doesn't sound like a very fair paradigm, does it? In fact, Oprah's commitment to anti-racism is so strong that she made up a story about being discriminated against in 2013. Oprah claimed that a sales clerk at an upscale boutique in Switzerland refused to show her an expensive purse, allegedly for racist reasons. The clerk completely denied this, though, and Oprah eventually issued a weak apology.
Isn't that funny, though? Like, they're so big, they say one thing and it spreads.
Racism, a central part of her presidency.
And
after the rise of both the alt-right and the greater Trump movement, I think the left is really going to clamp down on right-wingers if and when it regains control of the state. And by all appearances, the powers that be are very enthusiastic about the prospect of an Oprah presidency. During the Golden Globes, NBC tweeted out a gif of Oprah Winfrey with text reading, "Nothing but respect for our future president." By early Monday, however, NBC deleted the tweet and blamed it on an unnamed third party. Amusingly, neoconservative Bill Kristol unleashed a barrage of tweets praising Oprah. Among the reasons Kristol provided for supporting Oprah was that she was in favor of regime change in Iraq. Kristol also tweeted that Oprah is sounder on economics than Bernie Sanders, understands middle America better than Elizabeth Warren, less touchy-feely than Joe Biden, more pleasant than Andrew Cuomo, more charismatic than John Hickenlooper.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Hashtag I'm with her. Now, to many it may seem odd that a self-proclaimed conservative is endorsing a black female Democrat for president. But it's worth remembering that neoconservatives, including Bill's father, Irving, were originally Trotskyites who fled the Soviet Union to escape Stalin's wrath. As such, they only really care about warmongering for the sake of Israel and flooding America with immigrants from the Third World. In conclusion, I think it's quite possible that Oprah could run for president in 2020. She certainly has the wealth, fame, and elite connections to make it happen, particularly when you consider that the Democrats don't have too many promising candidates at this point. I will say, though, that I find it very comical that the celebrities I grew up watching on TV as a child have turned out to be key players in the battle for Western civilization. As a child, I always thought of Oprah as the nice black lady on TV. But little did I know then that years later she would end up throwing me into a FEMA camp for being an unrepentant white male. I'm Patrick Casey and you're watching Red Ice TV. Attention Red Ice viewers. Our new members website is up and running. Head on over to redicemembers.com and sign